Hello friends, my name is Pushkar Kulkarni and I am here to explain update management strategies. Update management strategies. The replication protocols can be classified according to when the updates are propagated to copies and where updates are allowed to occur. These two decisions are generally referred as update management strategies. There are four types of update management strategies: eager, lazy, centralized, and distributed. We are going to see them next. Mutual consistency versus transaction consistency. Mutual consistency is a important point in update management strategies. Mutual consistency is as we have defined it here. The transaction consistency but different. Mutual consistency refers to replicas converging to the same value, while transaction consistency requires that the global execution history will be serializable. What is serializable? That one transaction should not uh, contradict other. It is possible for a replicated DBMS to ensure that data items are mutually consistent when a transaction commits, but the execution history may not be globally serializable. Eager update propagation. The eager update propagation approaches apply changes to all the replicas within the context of update transaction. Consequently, when the update transaction commits, all the copies have the same value. Typically, eager propagation technique use 2PC to commit point, but as well as we will see later, alternatives are possible to achieve agreement. Furthermore, eager propagation may use synchronous propagation of each update by applying it on all the replicas at the same time, or dereferred propagation whereby the updates are applied to one replica when they are issued, but their application on other replicas is batched and dereferred at the end of transaction. Dereferred propagation can be implemented by including updates in prepare to commit message at start to PC execution. Eager techniques typically enforce strong mutual consistency criteria. Since all replicas are mutually consistent at the end of the update transaction, a subsequent read can read from any copy. One can map read x or to read xi for any xi. However, a write x has to be applied to all xi, that is write xi. Thus, protocols have to follow eager update propagation as known as read one write all protocols. Advantages of eager update protocol. The advantages of eager update protocol propagation are there threefold. First, they typically ensure that mutual consistency is enforced using one SR. Therefore, there is no transactional inconsistencies. Second, a transaction can read a local copy of data item if a local copy and he be certain the value. There is no need of remote read. The main disadvantage of eager update propagation is that transaction has to update all the copies before it terminates. This has two consequences. First, the response time performance update transaction suffers since it typically has to participate in PC execution because the update speed is restricted by slowest machine. Second, if the copies is unavailable, then transaction cannot be terminated since all the copies need to be updated. Lazy update propagation. In lazy update propagation, the replica updates not all the perform within the context of update transaction. In other words, the transaction does not wait until the updates are applied to copies before it commits. It commits as soon as the one replica is updated. A refresh transaction carries the subsequence of updates corresponding update transaction. Lazy propagation is used in those applications for which strong mutual consistency may be unnecessary and too restrictive. Examples of such applications are domain name services, database over geographically widely distributed sites, mobile databases, and personal digital assistance databases. In cases usually weak mutually consistency is enforced. Transaction inversion. The primary advantage of lazy update propagation technique is they generally have to lower response time for update transactions since a update transaction can commit as soon as the updated code copy. The disadvantages are that the replicas cannot mutually consistent and replicas may be out of date and consequently a local read may read still data does not guarantee to return up to date value. This has been referred as transaction inversion. Centralized update propagation technique are required that the updates first applied to at a master copy, then propagated to other copies. The site has that hosts the master copy is similarly called master site, while the sites that host the slave copies for the data item called slave sites. Advantages of centralized techniques. The advantages of centralized technique are twofold. First, application of the updates is easy since that happen at only the master site. They do not require synchronization among the multiple replica sites. Second, there is assurance at least one site, the site that holds master copy, has up-to-date values for the items. These protocols are generally suitable in data warehouses application where data processing is centralized at the one few semi sites. Disadvantages of centralized techniques. The primary disadvantage is, as in any centralized algorithm, there is central site that hosts all the masters. This site can overloaded can become a bottleneck. Distributed techniques apply the update on the local copy at the site where the update transaction originates. Then the update are propagated the other site, replica sites. There these are called distributed techniques since different transactions can update different copies of the same data item locally located at different sites. They are appropriate for collaborative applications with distributed decisions and operating systems. However, if lazy propagation methods are used, then transactions may be executed in different orders at different sites, causing non-1SR global history. Thank you.